Well. We in this thing.
Are we live?
Yes,
we live.
You didn't.
We ain't have no
you didn't do the
oh.
thing. You want to do no
Nope.
countdown? Or nothing?
No countdown.
You could.
Oh man. Eric tried to set us up, y'all. It's the last
I'm
episode.
like,
Eric's like, hey, I'm gonna get y'all.
Now he's just doing all types of stuff, Lord.
Oh goodness. I said we just jumping into this thing. No countdown, no opening. Nothing. We're just in here because it's time to wrap this season up. At this point,
it's time.
We've been here too long. We've been here too long.
I'm ready for this season to be over, and I'm glad that we can finally say that in about 16 minutes. Okay, not 16 minutes. But look, let me. How are y'all doing first? How y'all doing tonight?
You know, this season ended just how I felt like it was gonna end. So I was just ready to get to it and be done with. But I'm doing okay.
Yeah, doing swell over here. Doing swell. I don't know. I think this was a okay finale. Yeah, I think it's a we'll take it. Just makes me mad that we didn't have feeds.
Yeah, that's what messed up the season. But anyways, I'm doing good. Yeah. I'm chilling. I'm glad that I'm so glad that this will be our last recording for Big Brother Canada 11. I really feel like it was an okay season. I'm not gonna say it was a terrible season, but if we would have had feeds, I think it would have made all a bit of difference. I mean, literally just saying like these house guests, they bicker so easily. Like just in the finale, like they bicker at the drop of a hat. And imagine how many little fights we missed, like even if it was over just waffles, right? Like how many like little small fights we missed, that would have been entertaining. So
for sure.
But 1,000%. Anywho, all right. I'm gonna update y'all to where we last left off. We know Ty won HOH, and he ended up putting Claudia and Daniel C on the block.
Yep.
So we go into the veto. One thing about Big Brother Canada though, they will dish some money out for some comps. Okay. We went on a little vacation last year. We went to Seattle and we did an escape room. And y'all know, like the bathroom, it looked exactly the same like the one we did. Nasty. Dirty.
Like the one.
Yeah. But they did put some keys. They had to find keys with the house guests' faces, and they had to like match it up to like this person won HOH on this day or whatever it was. But that water was dirty.
It was like, because like Trista's saying, so yeah, in our escape room there was a tub full of this dirty water, and it was like, you gotta dig in there. I was like, I ain't getting that water.
It was nasty.
I had Jaquan do it because there was no way I was doing it. I'm sorry.
Like I know it's really fabricated dirty water, but other people still probably been putting their hands in this water, which then made it real dirty water.
You know, ain't they have to yell at y'all during that moment too? Like y'all tried to do something with the water.
No, my mind. Aaron, what did you say? Let me tell you what Eric said. Tell him what you tried to do.
Okay, so I'm in my Big Brother mind. We tried to get out of this escape room, right? So I'm like, you got to think outside the box. I was like, what if we put the water use the bucket they gave us, use the water to dig into the tub and then flush it into the toilet, because when you flush a lot of water in the toilet, it causes the toilet to flush automatically. So I was like, maybe this is what we do to maybe pull a key out of somewhere. And they got on the mic with the real quick. You do not need to put anything in the toilet. Please leave the toilet alone.
They said you doing the most. Stop that.
You thinking too much out the box. We ain't that advanced.
Oh my God. So anyway, of course they go through all these comps and they try to match up. I mean, all these little stages, and they have to crawl, and I don't know. It was really dope comp. And the fact that they did that is a short notice. Like I see where the money went into production this year.
Another tick on BBCAN continuing to cook. Their comps are so excellent.
They really are.
Their comps are extra because we'll talk about it later when we get to the finale.
Because they're not giving them no money. They're not giving them pennies. But anyways, so it comes down to Claudia winning HOH. Or was it HOH? I mean veto. Claudia wins the veto. Of course, she takes herself off the block, and Anika goes on the block. Shout out to Ty, because in this episode, Ty is very smart. he said, I specifically put Claudia on the block so I can let Anika know that, hey, I had opportunity to put you on the block. Like, of course, if somebody want veto, I have no choice but to put you on there, which we knew was going to happen anyways.
Right. Whether it was because of him or Claudia.
Exactly. He said, and I need her to know, like, I used the veto on her twice. I was like, you know what? Anika, he did. As much as you've been running your mouth. Everybody talking about Ty don't have no jury management. He do. His jury management just don't seem nice. He just gets straight to the point on how he tell these people how he want them to vote for him or whatever. So anyways, that was pretty much the gist of that. We going into the finale episode after that. Nothing like crazy happened. Anika cried tears to try to get Claudia's vote. Daniel C cried some tears, and then they cried again, and then they cried again. Moral of the story: Claudia kicked Anika out the door. And then that leads us to our finale. Eric, tell us what happened.
We get to our final three. Anika is finally gone. And they cut the feeds down. Well, we didn't get no feeds, but they shut off dailies and everything else.
Because I was glad. I was glad them dailies was gone. Them dailies felt like I was studying for the SATs. I don't want to do it.
Let them know why they did it though, Eric. Why they cut them feeds?
Because Disney. Okay, so this is about the biggest sponsorship they didn't have. Disney gave them a sponsorship, and the new comp for the final three, the part one, was inspired by The Little Mermaid that is in theaters May 26th. There we go. Halle Bailey, not Berry, although we do love that Halle as well. Halle Berry.
Halle Bailey.
So they start off and they have these mermaid-esque like bodysuits on. So you see the scales, they're this deep blue, green, teal, aqua, seafoam colored, and it looks great. Like the outfits are on point.
Shout out to Ty's merrag. Y'all got a do-rag on. He had a merrag today.
Oh my! I should change my name.
His do-rag is
intact. Yeah, and on. The do-rag is on. Okay.
I should
change.
Right.
So if you're watching and looking at this, you can see we have little extra names down here. Tracy's is Queen Kuzi's crown. I did have Kuzi's crown, but since I'm original too, so I took that off.
Oh, you had
so
it
she can have her. I did have that.
See, but I also had mine.
Okay, but listen, I also had Ty's check. So I had both. I had Kuzi's crown and Ty's check, but I want to be my own person, so I just got Ty's check. And then Eli has what we've all been saying: give us feed.
The season is over. We done called them out enough, and hopefully, you know what? We could take one slip. We'll take one slip, and you know what? Let's just get back to feeds, and we'll act like it was nothing. We'll act like it again. You're lucky the cast carried this season, and y'all were able to put out halfway decent episodes.
Right.
But y'all better learn y'all lesson.
The only reason I'm gonna let this fly is because it's for Little Mermaid, and it's for Haley. That's it. But don't
all this for the finale because we got Halle inspired mermaid theme comp. Okay. So in order to keep Treese satiated, give her all the mermaid inspired theme comps. So she'll be okay. But so they have this, they're under the water. It was a beautiful comp, y'all. It really was a beautiful comp the way it was set up. But in BBCAN fashion, very intricate, because one thing about BBCAN, they ain't gonna give you no simple comp. Like y'all talk about how amazing they are amazing, but they also are extra because
they're grand.
Hold on, can you compare this comp to last season's comp where they had to stack to-go plates, to-go boxes? I'm embarrassed for BBUS. Y'all better
they put $2 into that comp. They said $2, that's good enough.
I don't think they did that because I think they got the great value pack from the dollar store.
Listen, it wasn't even a good hefty brand. Great value.
No,
GV.
It was one of the, but not even being great value because it was probably one of them kind that don't even shut all the way. Even when you got the
you pop it in there and it pop right on out.
That's why you gotta hold
it like this when you walk into the car.
Yes, indeed. That's why they have the rubber bands.
Yeah. Oh man, they did have rubber bands.
They did.
I forgot about that.
So the way this comp was set up is they had to go look and get those coins. They have coins. They were like ranging from small, medium to large. And there's like this diagram hidden in the water, in the sand. I didn't really see no sand, so I don't even know why they say it's sand. Like through the little water and algae, and it'll give you like how you're supposed to stack your coins, and you usually got to stack them in that order. And you would think that's all. I was like, oh, this is a pretty cool comp, but the catch is they had a rope that's attached to that little wheel that the coins are sitting on, and every time the rope is pulled, it's gonna spin the station that the coins are sitting on.
Yeah, that was a nice little twist.
Yeah. That's that little extra piece. Cause like, now why was the rope necessary?
They just making that thing hard.
Part 1 be hard. I'd be feeling bad for BBCAN's part 1 because in the US they just gotta hold on to
Baby, I would have sat down. I said, I see y'all at 2.
Yeah.
Because I can't do it.
I would have said that too. Hold on, let me get
I
that too.
see y'all
I
at
would
2.
have set that out too.
You're right.
And so, it's literally Claudia and Ty neck and neck for most of the comp. Ty's Claudia's little tower falls, then Ty's fall, and then Daniel's. I said, oh, the spirit of Ariel is knocking these towers down left and right. Okay. She did not want them to win.
No,
but eventually Claudia channeled the old Ariel, the cartoon Ariel spirit, and she channeled that to get the win and secure part 1. HOH. Trees Waterface.
Ooh. Because I'm not acknowledging the old Ariel right now.
Oh my God. That's who she channeled.
I'm in my Ariel is black bag, so.
Goodness. Anyway.
But she did. She challenged. She channeled red hair Ariel.
Yeah, she did. And she won. So we get to part 2. So it's Daniel versus Ty. Ty once again has his do-rag on. Shout out to him for repping.
Come on, Murrag.
His Murrag. There we go. And part 2 was more complicated than part 1, which it always is. And I was talking to Kyle Petty of the Strat Chat podcast about this. The comp was you have to roll the ball down this ramp to get into the net of the correct name. So they're going to give you questions, and you have to answer those questions by rolling that ball into all the correct answers. There could be one, there could be more than one. But
it looks so cool.
The catch today, it looked cool, and it was like, oh, another ball comp. Ty got this. He struggled a little bit, but the catch was the ramp is moving, so you have to time the time you put the ball in to land into the right spot. And for me, I said I would have had to just wait. It would have to just time me out because the way getting that timing down right and getting all the right answers, I couldn't have done it.
I will say this is, I feel like, what a lot of people talk about when people want equitable comps, where it's just like anyone has a chance. If once you get your timing right, like you got it. But it's a mix of like, I know in the BBUS and even BBCAN, you have one where they're climbing a skyscraper and putting names down, and that's not as fair for everyone. Ty would be a Spider-Man climbing up there. But if you get one where you got to know your days, you got to know your info, yes. But it's also just like, hey, you're standing there rolling a simple ball down, putting it in a net. And I really enjoyed the comp.
Same.
Okay. Could you have done it? So you think you could have did that comp?
Oh, easy.
Oh,
I would not have.
Eli for part 2.
I'm out of there in under 30 minutes because actually, no, I would have panicked. I would have not known like half the questions and been like, oh man, what did John Michael go out? What was his vote? I don't know. Who's that?
Nah, I would have to rely on 3. Oh wait, but I ain't win 1 or 2.
Right.
Okay. I'm just about to say, hey, look, you can beat me in the end. And then hopefully I have a palm ass beat.
No, and that's why I said we would just have to wait until neither one of us can compete, and they just have to give us a new comp because Teresa and I. So Eli wins part 1, and if we're
sitting down in 2,
hey,
refusing to even do it.
They're telling me to do part 2 just because y'all won't, just to give us some TV time, and then I'm the final HOH.
We pop popcorn and we chilling.
They got me on both sides in part 3 answering the questions. They just got a little mirror right there.
So who you taking the final 2? Me or Eric?
I'm taking myself. If I were in part 1 and part 2, I'm taking myself.
You take. So you already there. So between me and Eric, who you bringing the finale?
You know what?
Answer wisely.
What y'all do? Because I'm not trying to get someone that's gonna stand up there and say, you know what, I'm a woman, vote for the woman. No, I'm kidding, y'all. Oh, don't come. No,
That's
The
why
misogyny
Eric gonna
jumped
beat
out
you.
and it jumped back in. No,
No, I know I lose regardless. That's where I'm at. Shoot.
I'm cracking up.
Not the misogyny jumping out
No,
of you.
hey,
It jumped out.
it
And then
jumped
jumped
out.
back in.
Yeah, and it's staying in.
Because
That was my.
I listen. I would 100% pull a woman card. I'm a woman. I'm black.
Claudia did it.
I'm a mama. Oh yeah, baby. I would have gave y'all a sob story.
And what would I
Mhm.
say? Man, I got a dog, and I'm going against someone that got a whole some
Vote
kids.
for me, a strong black woman who's a mother, and I've overcome so much. Who you gonna vote for?
Look, she
Eli
gonna-
with his dog?
She gonna be lying.
My dog is cute though. My dog's cute.
Not
She
better
gonna
than my
pull a,
kids though.
I'm a single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves the kids. Never.
Watch on my ring.
Right. We could be like, but I thought you said you was engaged.
It's a promise.
It's a promise ring.
It's a promise I made to myself that I will always be a strong woman. I just remind me. I was just been saying something.
I am in serious.
Fake tears and everything.
And that's why Trees gotta go.
Yeah.
I probably would have to go.
Choose me. Pick me. You have a better chance against me.
No, you don't.
Cap.
Eric's gonna be
That's
using
cap.
big words.
That's good.
You're gonna
Exactly.
be confused.
Yeah. He's gonna use like somewhere like soliloquy. That's too large for me. I only got 3-syllable words in my arsenal, so I'm not articulating anything.
Not you.
There you go.
Throwing shots at me because I definitely used that word last night.
You do.
Oh goodness. But so
Oh shoot, we had 16 minutes.
we thought we was gonna be out of here.
Welcome
now.
to who are gonna be their podcast.
We out this. No, see, we play too much, y'all. You gotta come to us because we're gonna be a good time, and we don't hold you longer than what's necessary. Unless we're getting on tangents that Trees puts us on, but they're always good, entertaining tangents, so they're always necessary.
I don't put us on all of them. I put us on a lot of them, but not all of them.
No, I feel like we all have our own times where we send us down the rabbit hole.
I think we all put us on
me. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, most definitely. You're definitely account for 95% of it. Maybe 99. But so the part 2 is between Daniel and Ty, and Daniel from the jump was actually killing it. Obviously, based this edit, but his timing was impeccable. He didn't mess up not one time with his thing, and I was like,
but he didn't know nothing about them.
He messed up with the comp because I think his question that he messed up on, he spent a lot of time, which probably cost him. I would love to know the time that he spent on this one was which comp was odd people played, which HOHs had odd.
Didn't he mess up like 4 or 5?
Yeah. Well, this was the main one he messed up on.
Okay.
I can't remember if he messed up on other. I kind of tuned it out.
Yeah, I definitely
and so
tuned it.
he was confusing one of the veto comps with the HOH comp, which was holding him up. So if he messed up other comps, I kind of wasn't really paying attention because the comp was kind of boring. But he did his thing. And then Ty gets there and he's like, oh, I'm going to do well in this. Is basketball.
I'm a hooper.
I'm a hooper, right. Wrong, because he could not get his timing down for nothing to save his life. And I was like, ooh, Ty, are you going to win this thing? Or if you don't, I mean, that's your fault. Like, you can't blame nobody but yourself because it's come down to comps. But lo and behold, with an hour and 1 minute time over Daniel's 1 hour and 17 minutes, Ty wins going into final 3, part 3 of the final HOH against Claudia. So with this matchup, who did y'all think was going to win?
Claudia.
In the competition. Anyway.
I thought it was going to be
2 or 3?
3, part 3.
Oh, 3? Claudia.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought Ty was gonna pull it out because in my heart, I'm like, if Claudia wins, I think she's gonna cut him, and I just want Ty to win.
Eli.
Hey,
you that delusional? Like the crowd?
Indeed, I'm indeed that delusional.
No, he said I am delusional.
Because I guess Claudia had no chance of winning. Spoiler, hopefully y'all watched it before you watch this, but. I'm like, man, she could maybe beat Daniel. She has a bit of an argument. She got the girly pop. She got Ty. That's like 3 votes. She just needs 2 more.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing. you're not alone in your delusions because so many people were like cheering for Claudia. It's like, oh my gosh, she won. Because she did win. She did beat Ty. There was like what 6 questions, 7 questions.
Yeah,
Something like
7.
I think 7.
I think
They
it
gave
ended
her the
6-5.
answers.
Yeah, it was 6-5. She beat him by
They
1
gave her the
question.
answers.
Hey, let me
really
just
didn't.
add, they were choking when Ty first got the question wrong. I've been suckered too much by BBUS how easy their part 3 questions are. Where I'm just like, I saw Ty get one wrong, it's over. Then Claudia got it wrong and Ty got it right, tied it up. I'm like, oh, we're going to a final question, and then Ty got it wrong and choked again.
Yeah.
That at least was fun for me.
That was
nice
a good finale. Yeah.
Yeah. Claudia pulls out the win, and everybody's cheering. They're celebrating. They're like, she's gonna vote him out. She's gonna take him out. She's gonna take him out. If y'all have y'all not been watching this season,
I'm gonna say I've been half watching it, and
but the one time she posted like, I'm putting Ty on the block because I want him out, and then that got me convinced.
Girl,
listen, what did the announcer say at the beginning? He said, Claudia decided if you can't beat him, join him. And that's exactly what she did.
What she did, joined him in the bottom 2. And she did 2.
And she did 2. But she got to the end.
She got a check.
She got a check. And so I knew from the jump when she won, I was like, she's taking Ty. She has shown us for the last several weeks now that she was always taking Ty. Because they may have appeared to be broken up. She was through with him. She wasn't through with him. They own, they back off, they back on, and they hugging, they this and they that. I'm like, yeah, she's taking this man. I don't care what it looks like, how many wins he has. He could have won every comp in this game, and she was still going to take him. And she did.
Listen, I knew that Claudia, if she had the chance, that she was going to take Ty. When she had put what's her name? When she had put Ty on the block, and then that next daily came, we were like, oh yeah, she about to get rid of Ty. And the daily pop in, and they up on the couch hugged up. And I said, nah, crap. Like, oh, maybe she playing him. No, that's it. That was like 5 weeks ago.
She had no ulterior motive. She told us out of the mouth. She said, I have a vision of what my final 2 looks like, and I'm going to stick with that vision. Daniel, I vote to evict you.
She said that with a quickness. I was like half paying attention, and I'm like, that was your speech? That was it?
Choose me. Did they get to plead their case?
I don't think so. Okay, I might have been so out of it as well, but I don't think that they did.
I think they went to a commercial break, and it was like, all right, Claudia, choose who you taking.
Yeah,
I think that's how it happened.
Yeah, I don't think they did. I don't even think they got to say anything.
They're supposed to get a chance.
I can't remember. This episode and flew past my memory, and we watched it 4 seconds ago.
I'm trying to remember if it was a BBCAN thing or it just happened.
BBUS, you definitely get to say your plea.
I'm trying to think of last year's BBCAN final one. Was Betty and Kevin pleading to Josh? I don't know.
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
Now that I remember.
Yep.
I guess.
Betty crying is traumatized in my memory.
We love you, Betty.
My heart still hurts.
It's okay. But so she tells us what her vision of final 2 looks like. She takes Ty. Unsurprisingly to us, we knew that's what was happening. Again, to all the delusional people that cheered in the crowd that thought she was going to cut Ty. Yeah, Eli is one of them. Don't know why you ever thought that. You guys are not paying attention, clearly. Anyways, she takes him. They're in the final 2. And at this point, it seems like the jury don't really know who they want to vote for because they give us the jury roundtable. What were your thoughts on the jury roundtable? All I know is... No, I'm going to let y'all start because I've been talking. Go ahead. What y'all thought?
Listen, let me tell you about this jury roundtable. All I'm going to say is, when Anika got to that table, Anika had all that smoke for Koozie. I don't know if Anika know how Big Brother works.
She don't.
Ma'am, you have alliances. And when your alliance does not benefit you anymore, you kick their ass to the curb. And last I checked, Daniel and Anika been plan to get rid of Koozie.
Exactly. And so she was like, Koozie, you told Ty about the crowd. You told her about and did because I'm going
home. Said it with a chest, didn't she?
I'm going home. What do I gotta keep the secret for? Talking about you supposed to keep the secrets. For what? I'm leaving.
For
Exactly.
Hope and John. Yeah, they just lost just because they lost, and so they didn't ruin the crown.
Hi, Teresa. Love you, Teresa. My friend Teresa's watching us.
Hey, Teresa.
What's good?
I just wanted to jump through that screen so bad because it's like, pull yourself together. Nobody told. Oh my God. It honestly upset me because even Hope is gonna be like, we were supposed to be Kuzi, you just we were never supposed to do. Says who? Yes, if I'm still in the game, I'm not telling nobody. But if I'm walking out that door,
I'm pulling
I don't have any loyalty.
I'm telling people before the game, before I even walk out the door. I'm not. Yeah, exactly. But before the alliance even breaks, I'm doing it because y'all plotting against me. Like
that really
you gotta be one step ahead.
That really just shows you how the house was moving. Because if y'all was correct and doing jury managers like you should, Kuzi should have felt safe up until she left. Period. But y'all already put it in there that she was leaving. So, of course, she had to pull out anything that she could and say anything that she could to possibly stay. And if she knew she was going, I need you to take out the people that was supposed to have my back.
And that's what she did. She gave the information to the person who did have her back at the end, and that was Ty. And so she gave him crucial information that he needed to move forward in this game. I need you to watch out for Daniel Nika. We were in this alliance called the Crown. So if in the case that you win or your girly pops, whoever win, you need to be disseminating this information so they know they're going to always have each other's back. And I don't want them to get to the end together because they took me out and backstabbed me, which is a part of the game. She can respect that, but you can't not respect her for doing what she had to do to, advance what she could potentially do. And so I don't have any regrets for what Kuzi did. I know she don't have no regrets. I'm glad she didn't relent. I'm glad she didn't back down. She said, what did he tell you? What did he tell you? And she couldn't say nothing. She couldn't say nothing. And then she said, I blame Ty for why I'm here. No, blame yourself because you should have put him on the block.
That was all her fault.
Because
you should have blamed your friend. Let's be real. That's who want to know who is blamed for Ty winning today? Daniel C. Because if he hadn't used that secret veto, Ty would 150% be sitting at that jury.
Exactly.
Daniel, that's the move that got.
That was the last time he was vulnerable. I think he did it.
Yep.
And here's the thing. Kuzi told him to use that veto, so I thought he made his own moves. I thought he controlled what he did. She told him to use that veto.
Because not too much on Daniel C. No, go ahead.
Because and I did enjoy the way Daniel said he did play a really great middle game.
I'm mad at him, but he did really well.
So I'm not taking that away from him. I think he played a great game. However, he cannot say that he did all of his moves were for his benefit because
they weren't.
Yes, you did take Ty off the block because you wanted him to reciprocate that in the future. Did he do it? No. But who told you to use that veto? You had to confer with your team about should you do it or not. And Kuzi was 100% on board with it because you know who that benefited? Kuzi, because she's the one who always had that close relationship with Ty since night one. They've always been close, even though she was going for him for whatever reason. Kuzi, we need to talk to you about that, sis, because that was out of your mind, silly. But at the end of the day, Ty being in that game, she did get back on track and realize this is my path to the end. It's with Ty. And so she made sure that Ty was still in his house, regardless if she was targeting him, even after the fact that she had him saved. But she realized only a little bit too late that that's who she needed in this game. So yeah, that round table. What else happened? Because we stuck on Anika.
Why was Kevin hosting it?
Because he won last year.
I know, but why?
They bringing all the winners back. You had Ty.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. I know what you mean, Trees.
But I appreciate how BBCAN likes to incorporate their past players.
I do. I like that. I like it. I don't got no hate towards Kevin, but he just didn't do nothing. Well, let me take that back.
I guess you can't. I guess
the jury was running their mouth too much to even let Kevin get a word in. So let me retract that because they was.
That's true. I wish Kevin would have had more of a strong arm with the jury. Yeah. Like, chill, y'all lost.
That's what it is.
Oh, y'all arguing amongst each other.
Let's get to these questions.
Hey, we know Kevin loves the drama. Yeah, Kevin loves the drama.
He does.
And I feel like he also activated like, hey, we got a real game player in front of us. Let's making more of a game sense.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely. So he did kind of get us back on track. I just think it went out of control. Jury members are fighting each other about lying to each other. Why
It's
does it matter? Y'all
irrelevant.
both,
You gone,
both
ma'am,
of y'all out the game.
sirs. Yeah, y'all. You see where y'all sitting? Y'all sitting together in the loser table.
So they started talking. And so they started talking about who they feel like they should respect and like whose game out of the three they should respect. I know John mentioned he wanted to see some humility from Ty, and I don't know if that is what I'd be looking for in a winner, and if that even mattered. For me personally, other people wanted to see about social game. They wanted to see if Ty was beyond social game or not. And then when it came to Claudia, they wanted, did she make her own moves or did she get dragged by Ty, carried by Ty, whatever? And then Daniel C, I didn't really hear a lot of negatives except for they was like, he need to win something. Poor thing, couldn't win nothing but that veto that he did weeks ago. But
what moves did Claudia make on her own though?
She did put Ty up initially with Hope. With her first HOA, she did do that.
Did
her
she
next
do
one
specifically, or was the girly pops behind her to put it up?
I don't know. I think she was just wanting some revenge.
Of course, she's a part of that, but
yeah,
I think that was a girly pop thing. And Shania was very, very, very vocal for putting Ty up. Now, she might have made the decision herself, maybe, but I think that was a girly pop move.
Most likely. But at the end of the day, she was the one winning the stuff. So
yeah,
true. If you're not at the end to, contest what she did, if you're not the other girly pops, you're not there to be like, well, actually, Claudia, that was my decision, and you just, you may have had the gun, but I put the bullet in the chamber. Nobody else was up there to contest that, so they have to just sit there and listen and hopefully believe it or not. So who knows if it was that, because we didn't have feeds, so we don't really know whose plan was ever anybody's plan.
Exactly,
unfortunately.
which sucks.
So yeah, the round table. Any other thoughts on how that round table went?
Man, I coming out the round table, I thought Ty was losing. I'm like, man, he has no chance. The jury hates him.
You got
John's even talking about, hey, shout out my fellow, what is in East Coaster, and I'm like, man, he ain't got John. He ain't got Anika. If he ain't got Anika, he ain't got Daniel.
Dang, I still thought Ty was winning then.
Really?
Well, okay, so here, I really want the casuals to really, and some of the feedsters, I think some of y'all got, discombobulated this season with having feeds because y'all got caught up in the edit.
Yeah.
Y'all should know for the feedsters, but for our casuals, how last night, was it last night? Whenever the episode was when Ty's plea to the jury was shown, and how they were all like, oh, he was terrible. Right. It was terrible. It is X, Y, and Z.
It was.
They didn't even show us the full minutes.
I didn't even realize that because I had sent it to Eric and I was like, that was like 10 seconds.
They didn't even show us the full minute. And so they edited it in a way that is like, it showed he gave us 4 seconds of Ty rambling about these 5 things and pillars and his ultimate, all this other stuff he was doing. And then the jury's like, he didn't do that. I don't even know why he wasted his time. And like, we didn't even see all of it. So we only know what questions the jury people were asked according to that little 4 or 5 seconds that we got. Yeah. And so I was like, I'm not fooled by the edit. I said, they're trying to trick us into thinking Ty's going to lose, when in reality, I just don't think he's going to lose.
Yeah.
The man
did that on purpose because everybody in the past that was leaving, that little whatever snippet they got from jury, it was 100% obvious Ty was winning. And I think they were like, all right, we need to switch this up so it's not so obvious. We didn't know.
But if you know what to look for, see, we train. See over here, who are going to be there? We are trained and well versed in the art. Okay, you look, we got to stand up a little straighter. You see us, we got collared shirts on for the finale. We tried to look the part a little bit.
Make sure my crown is on.
The crown, as we seen, was another Falte apparently.
Was
alliance.
Was terrible.
Flopped, and flopped.
Great people in the alliance though, but terrible.
They blew a 6-4 lead. I just realized that. Oh wait, no, maybe 5. Still, they blew a lead.
Yeah.
Okay. Currently, most of that was Ty's fault for letting Shania play in the veto, which was dumb.
But he's not in the crown, so
he's not in.
They shouldn't have let him win the HOH.
That too, and they should have beat old girl in that veto. That they shouldn't let Shania come up and win. Although they did play Hope because he had to do twice before. anyways, we talked about
Yeah,
that
they
already.
did.
A lot of things in the season that we can just go back that that were domino effects and how things could have been differently. They just should have won. That's all. They should have won stuff. And Kuzi was the only one in their alliance winning stuff when it mattered, and they just couldn't hold their weight. So if they want to be grateful, they should be grateful that Kuzi was winning when she was supposed to, because they could have been on the chopping block. Especially Anika. Because if Kuzi didn't win week 3, I'm sure she was gonna be going up on the block again.
Right.
Because nobody cared about her in this game. But neither here nor there. We're in the finale. And it only consists of Ty, Daniel C, and Claudia. So after the roundtable, which is pretty charged with many emotions and words.
Daniel C got evicted before the roundtable, didn't he?
No.
No.
No. Because they was just, they let Anika come in because she just got evicted. Well, not just evicted,
that's right.
but whatever. So they're all hoping to see Ty. That's who they were wanting to see. So they bring him back on stage. Final 3 is part 1. Part 3 of the final HOH has been won by Claudia. She has just evicted Daniel C. Carissa brings the jury in. They look great. I'm mad Shania copied Kuzi's dress a little bit, because you saw her put on that dress with the little train, and you gonna go put one on too.
Hey, Kuzi had the extra accessory though.
She had the crown because she is the queen of the season. And so
I know Reddit is pissed about that crown.
And
they charged me up today. Did y'all see that? I got charged up today on Reddit.
Where? What they said?
I can't say it on here because it's explicit. Okay. But y'all go look at my Twitter. I posted it.
Screaming. So they're out here, and while we're waiting to see who, the jury's waiting to be revealed of like who was evicted, right? And Arissa asks Kuzi, she said, Kuzi, how does it feel to be sitting in these chairs as opposed to the final 2? She's like, the ghetto. It is the ghetto.
I'm cracking up.
Because very much is the ghetto. Because who wants to be in the jury seat when you could have been in the final 2?
Right. Should have been in the final 2.
Should have been in the final 2.
Yeah.
But in the words of our sister Kiki, coulda, shoulda, woulda.
You know what would have been a great final 2 to see? Ty versus Kuzi. That would have been great. Because I would have been who would get the dub?
Kuzi would win. Hands down.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I think so, because she's more lovable, but I don't think it would have been I don't think it would have been unanimous or close to unanimous.
I think it would have. I think Claudia would have voted for Ty.
I think the boys would have voted for Ty.
I don't think so, because
besides
you gotta remember,
Hope. I think Hope would have voted for Kuzi.
Wanted to vote for the crown. So there's that. And everybody, as they were leaving, they said Kuzi was going to win this game. And so if Kuzi gets to the end, Kuzi was all parts of this game. She was social, she was strategic.
You're right.
She was winning comps. And I think she was just all well-rounded. Like, there's no way you can say Kuzi didn't make moves for herself. She did. Kuzi had fights, so she was drama. She brought entertainment. Kuzi was social. Everybody loved her.
Social. Kuzi had to fight. Kuzi had the comp wins. Kuzi was all-around player.
She was. And
that's why she's great to come back.
That's why she had to go.
With Byyyeee versus US. Canada.
And I want her to win.
I gotta see the cast first.
Right, we gotta see the cast. Because if you put in, it's gonna be hard if you put in some of our huge faves in there.
That is. Now the Big Brother Canada All-Star, hands down.
It's gonna be hard because we know when they bring it back, Betty. They bring it back.
I was like, I gotta shut up my girl Betty because I need her to dub it.
Summer, Jay.
I want Herman to win. I want Summer to win. I want Betty to win. I want Kuzi to win.
I want Shania to win.
We're gonna exit him off the screen. Where's the button?
Hold up.
He always takes himself. Oh my
You about to get deleted for that. Listen, I don't want to hear her name no more for the rest of we done with her.
Absolutely not.
Hey, we need one last Shania.
Quiet is what she should have been.
I know who I'm talking about.
Quiet is what she should have been. So to make a long story short, we get down to the jury questioning with Ty and Claudia. And again, here's Anika and Daniel C having all this smoke for Claudia and Ty. So here's Anika. Claudia, what did she say? What did she say to her? Tell us why you weren't dragged by Ty. How were you not carried by Ty?
Anika had smoke tonight, man.
Hey,
But
the crowd went crazy. The crowd went crazy.
But Claudia ate her up. Okay, Claudia was like,
see, I didn't say that like that.
I thought she did because she said, everybody wants to say I was carried by Ty, but I brought him here. I won the final veto that sent you home.
Final four veto didn't really matter, but I guess it did.
But in my opinion, I think Ty bought Claudia all the way here.
True. The final four veto didn't bring Ty there. It brought Claudia there.
Right. That's what she was saying. She said, I won the final four veto that secured my spot in the finale. I won part 1 and part 3 that brought Ty here. So Ty, look, because Ty couldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for me. I brought him here. And so I get what you're saying, Tree. She ate that one little thing. She ate that one.
It was a little crummy. A little bit.
I thought she ate her up. And then
it wasn't a full entree.
It wasn't a full eat.
No.
And then Daniel comes with Ty. He's like, okay, Ty, you talking about your social game? Give us the receipts of what you've done. And Ty goes down the list of the stuff that he done. He said, my social game, he said this multiple times, y'all. I want the record to show. He wanted everyone to know in all of Canada and North America, his social game was underrated and undetected. And literally it low-key kind of was, because, and I'm glad that's one thing we mentioned, that he needs to be able to articulate how he did have a social game, because in a sense, which he did tell Daniel and the rest of the jury, my social game did get me here in a sense because I was by myself and I did have to win. But when it came down to that final 6, I controlled how the game went thus far. I kept people, my social game made people keep me off the block when they should have put me on the block. And my social game is what allowed me to essentially go by up until the end of this game, even without winning in some cases. So he did have a somewhat of a social game, because there's no reason why he shouldn't have been on the block when Claudia won the double eviction episode. Yeah. There's no reason why Nika should not have put him on there. Is because he influenced them to do what he needed them to do, which benefited his game. And there is no reason why he should be sitting in the final 2 chairs. But then again, that relationship that he built with Claudia from day one, whatever they did, they went through their ups and downs, trials and tribulations. But at the end of the day, she said, that's my man and I'm gonna stick beside him. And it worked out for his benefit. And he was sitting in those final 2 chairs. Daniel was on hush mode. So I just thought it was just interesting because they did have a lot of smoke for them. And they kept asking the same questions. I feel like there was some repeated questions. I don't know about y'all. What did y'all think about the question?
Yeah, I was over it. Pass.
They answered.
Who's the winner? Let's go.
I do think the final 2 both did a great job answering and articulating. Like, I thought that they did both did a good job speaking.
Yeah, I don't think their speeches were like amazing, like blew me out the water, but I think both of their speeches were good. Like, I don't think one was better than the other. They were just both 2 really good, different speeches.
Yeah. Agreed.
And that's because they didn't yell. A BBCAN special, you got to yell during your speech.
Definitely
if you want the oohs and ahs. They ain't
at
yell.
the end, I'm definitely gonna have a woman is king, like at the end or something.
Ooh, that'd be hard. I love it.
I mean, Claudia did pull the woman card. She pulled it. She was like, y'all said y'all want to see a woman here, and I'm here, sitting up here. Didn't work. Ty pulled. I was raised by a single mom. I'm a black man. I get judged every day. I come into this house. I have to start over. X, Y, and Z.
Oh,
and
never mind.
What?
Nah, I was about to say something. Ignorant. Go ahead.
No,
there you go. Let's wrap up Patrice and get us canceled.
I know.
Before we get our multi-million-dollar podcast deal, she gonna get us canceled.
Listen, will because of me.
Then snatch the bag from us. So they give their speeches. They're really great speeches. And like you all mentioned, I think they were pretty well even speeches. It could have went to either of them at that point because they did do really well, in my opinion. The jury cast their votes.
Jury had their mind made up. That was the
issue. It was on Claudia. Made up. Yep, it was on Claudia to blow the jurors out the water. I think Ty on paper played the better game, and if you want to blow the jury out the water and steal some votes, you need to be amazing. And Claudia was just good.
Yeah,
Claudia
which is no knock.
Yeah, Claudia had that one shot for her speech to like really wow everybody. And it was. I don't even know if y'all noticed the little picture in picture. Like when Ty was doing his speech, they were like, yeah. And then Claudia there, I was like, yeah.
I don't know. I knew by her taking Ty, she was not going to win.
For sure.
But I mean, there was a possibility.
Good chance. It was very slight, but it was.
I still think she had a better chance trying to go against Daniel in the crown just so she could say, I took out the winner. I made the move of the season. And of course, part of me doesn't like the move of the season being cutting someone at final 3 because that's just like, hey, you're cutting the better player. Yeah. But I think she would have had a better argument if she's like, hey, I cut my showmans. I cut people around me to get here and just hope that the crown doesn't respect the crown.
Yeah, she 100% should have cut Ty.
Yeah. Oh, she wins if she cuts Ty. Most definitely. She pulled a Cody from season 16, want to stay loyal and all this. We just had a relationship. We had da, and you didn't want to win that money.
Hey, you know what? If they are in a relationship,
no,
that's her 100,000 too.
No, it's not.
You see what Arissa asked? What Arissa asked?
Ty said, I gotta check Arissa. I ain't worried about that girl.
He said, I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna be up there.
You know what? That was code for.
I am not seeing this girl. No, somebody posted a clip of Summer, when she was on the phone saying, hi, Arissa, why are you ignoring me from that phone? Said, that's gonna be Claudia calling.
But you better not spend all that little 20K in one sitting. You better stretch it out. Because Ty ain't give you nothing.
Not a nan penny. Ty gone. Ain't nobody gonna hear from Ty after this. If your name ain't Zach or Koozie, I don't think he gonna talk to you. Oh, and Dan, he like Dan too. He him and Hope are cool too. So I think those are the only people he may associate with.
Only the guys in Koozie.
Yeah. But
and I think Daniel C like to be relevant.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm interested to see how Ty navigates this post. He
also got the homie Rob.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's what I was getting my point to. So they bring out the pre-jurors. It was lovely.
I like the pre-jurors.
I like the pre-jurors. Seeing John Michael was back, Vanessa stirring the pot as always. Love it. And then there's Rob. And for him to say he want to come back for what? I forgot you.
Rob, we forgot you. Look, I ain't gonna lie. Rob who?
I said we haven't heard or seen anything from him since he got evicted. And he talking about he want to come back. For what?
The crowd was so confused. They did not want to clap. They were just like, oh, he said it. Okay, yeah.
Dismiss that. She's like, I see what you did there. Anyways, nah.
Because sir, you didn't even fight for your time while you were in the house.
You didn't.
So why would we want you back in there to lose again?
Hold up. This just reminded me.
What?
So I won't bring her name up again, but we're gonna bring up Shania, whatever her name is. How she got
Shacilly.
How she got second choice twice by Rob and then by Dan because Dan was on the video kissing Anika. And did you notice when Daniel had brought it up like it was that weird, them kissing? He's like, oh yeah, they put the camera on Shania. She was like this. I'm sure they've been hooking up in jury.
They was. And so it's so funny. So moments like this, like, oh dang, that's like some of the spicy tea that we missed out on.
Yep.
That would have been good to see. Yep. That's why I was kind of annoyed against like y'all showing us this again. All these moments that we could have seen but didn't see.
Right.
So it seems like this cast overall did like each other.
I feel like they didn't. I feel like they were just cordial. And no one was really like, I guess you could say Daniel and Anika, but like, I feel like everyone had their tiffs with everyone.
I don't think this is going to be a friendly cast. I think there's going to be cliques. Like these people might hang out, these people might hang out, but I don't see them doing a whole like.
Hope and John 100%. That was the bromance.
Yeah. I mean, in the sense when I was saying like each other, like I feel like it was just like, oh, like you mentioned cordial. I think that was the better
want them
word.
On the pod together.
They were cordial, but they played the game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
they had their moments, like the Hope dance. Like, although we know clearly people were at odds, but they were still coming together to do dances and different things like that. But
you know what? Let me say this. Okay, I am officially at the end of the season a Santina fan. Okay, the way Santina asked her about those waffles, what about them? She said, "Nah." She thought they were gonna be like, they weren't that bad.
Were waffles that bad, Santina?
She says it with her chest, and she does not back. Santina a villain, okay? I would 100% love to see her play again, and I will be rooting for her.
Her and Kuzi, the power duo they could have been.
Oh my gosh, I would have ate that up.
Oh my goodness! If only they hadn't got rid of her at the Fatal Feast. Oh, my
such a dumb move. Imagine Renee goes there.
Ooh,
the Crown has the numbers. Kuzi has Ty and Santina. Oh my gosh!
Oh, the season would have been different.
Who would have known?
It's hindsight is 2020 though, y'all.
Yep.
Hey, that's why they play the game. We got all the answers. They ain't got all the answers.
Yeah, but I think it just goes to the point where you have to understand positioning of people, not just your own positioning, but other people's positioning as well, and learn when it's time to jump ship from your lines. Learn when it's time to not necessarily jump ship, but make decisions that are beneficial for your personal game, not just your alliance. Because I think the loyalty aspect kind of got the better of them when they got rid of Santina. We got to stay crown strong and da 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 da. And she's a wild card. Okay, use that to your advantage. But again, we're at finale night. It's neither here nor there. It was great to see some of the pre-jurors. Vanessa, like I said, brought the spiciness because she brought up Zach not being.
Do y'all wish that he was there, Loki? Is there an ounce that's like, hey, we could have had a Zach little bite back?
Because
I have zero respect for anybody that walk out past. Like, you could have just got voted out. Like, I don't care if you played a crazy game. I don't care if it's final 2 and you walked out. I care less.
Because there was no need for him to walk out. You were going home.
You was going home anyways. Like hours.
And he maybe could have saved it. That's the best case.
You really, I think he was going home no matter what, but you just never know. You still had a few days left that you could have potentially.
On the cool, it could have been a jury buyback situation too. So the way I think there was room for that.
I agree.
And because they definitely announced those Wendy's points way too early, I think. And that could have been something, I think, in my opinion. Yeah. I could be wrong, but that's what I was thinking.
Our season was shortened by 2 weeks because we had some leave that were unexpected. So I feel like
3 people go.
Yeah, so we had 2 weeks because his week he was actually going to get evicted, so I don't count his week. But Vanessa and Amal having to leave, those are 2 weeks that we did not get in the season, and that's 2 weeks for a potential fake double, triple eviction, or a jury buyback, or even a pre-juror potential buyback, whatever. Something could have happened. So you just never know what happened. He messed his own chances up. Ty did not walk, although Claudia did throw shade at him. I never thought about once leaving this game. She didn't say his name, but we was like, we know what that's about. But as we said on here, Ty was never leaving the game. I don't care what nobody says.
I highly doubt it, honestly.
But we get to the end, you all, and the votes come out, and everybody but Shasili, Shania, voted.
Did you call her Shasili?
Voted for Ty to win this game. So Ty wins, as we predicted, a vote of 8-1. He was crowned.
I'm not counting a vote
because it's irrelevant. Because why? And so, congratulations to Ty / Terrell. That's his real name, McDonald, for being crowned the winner of Big Brother 11. There we go. Excuse me, and becoming the second Ty to win this game. Although not the best Ty, but your name is Ty.
That was Tanisha.
Definitely not the best Ty. No.
Did you just?
Not just say Tanisha. You know what? She's in that category with Shania. We don't say her name no more. But I can get into a whole thing about her. But anyways, Tyshawn, you fine. But congratulations to Tyrell.
Imagine if Tanisha won though, and we had 3 tie winners in a row.
That would be hilarious.
Let me move him.
No, don't make me take a laugh.
I see what he's saying. I see the vision of what he's saying. 3 tie win. That would be hilarious, actually. But no.
And they keep casting ties until one loses.
And from this moment forward, if your name is Ty or any
You
boy,
look
I don't
Eric.
care.
That's literally exactly how I just said. You know what?
If
Your name's
I
Ty.
don't,
You going on the block?
I don't care if it's spelled Tytaitie.
It could be
Ty.
obviously it could be T.I.E. Get your time on the block.
You're going home week 1.
Listen. And it better not rhyme with Ty. You going up too, just in case.
If your name is Mai, Shy,
Listen.
Kai, all
You
of
going
it.
up too. Sorry, Kai. You better go by Kylie next season.
All of y'all going home.
Oh,
of y'all.
Lord. Nah, I'm not taking a chance, man. But
And if
overall,
you're something else, I'm voting you out too, because clearly we have a trend here. But
listen.
we talked about this off air. But you all, this has been a
Do
really...
we want to talk about Jonathan real quick? When in Canada's favorite.
Jonathan won Canada's
Captain
favorite.
Canada. Congratulations, Captain Canada. If Queen Kuzi couldn't win, which we know she should have won,
yes,
we are so happy that Jonathan won because we love Jonathan hands down.
He just so damn likable. Because Jonathan didn't do nothing. He didn't win nothing. He didn't win a HOH. He didn't win a veto. He got all the muscles for nothing. But they look good on you.
What is y'all friend Jamar? Because I don't really fool with Jamar. But what did he say? All those muscles for what? Is that what he said?
He said that to Sheldon.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Jonathan,
but I love Jonathan. I would love to see him play again. I don't know if he can actually play, but I would like to see him on my screen again just because I like
he
him.
reminds me of a Kaser. Lovable.
Yes.
Super great heart.
You know what? He's BB Canada's Kaser. Yeah.
Terrible at the game.
Yeah.
I don't know about terrible. He just ain't do nothing. But he went out on a week he shouldn't have went out at. He was a 5th target and he went home as a 5th target. So
but Santina she's at fault because she should never have kept hope over him. I don't know why she did that.
Yeah.
Because he would have went to bat for her when it came to the crown, and he would not. I don't think he would let them put up or target Santina when it came to that fatal feast.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So decisions, and again, 2020. Hindsight is 2020. There we go. I almost said 2020 is hindsight. Hindsight is 2020. We've held y'all 45 extra minutes than we wanted to because we thought this was gonna get out that situation. But at AWAGBT gonna be there, you don't know who's gonna be here, and you don't know how long we're gonna keep you. And so, are there any final thoughts on this season before we wrap up our final recap?
I'm so glad it's over. It was such a chore to even cover this. So I really hope y'all know that we really did this for y'all, for the viewers.
For y'all.
That we saved. I know a lot of y'all was not watching these dailies, barely watching episodes, but you wanted to stay up to date, and I'm glad that we pushed forward and gave y'all the updates that you know and love from your favorite podcast. So thank you for listening.
Eli?
Yeah. Thank y'all for having me. Have fun covering this, even though we had no feeds, even though we're only talking about pretty much episodes. Shout out to Treese for sticking it through all the dailies.
Oh, Lord.
I think she done watched and took notes on done all of them. So
I did too much.
We're gonna give her extra
hold on, with a newborn.
And with the big old
how
ring.
hard that is?
Right. Her hand with her hand being way down.
Because my hand is heavy. You know what I'm saying? Taking them notes.
Heavy is the hand with the ring. Okay.
Yeah, crazy.
But no, Eli is definitely right. I want to thank both of them for helping me. Well, I'll say me as if it was just me by myself the whole time, but just allowing this podcast to be what it is. With this season without feeds, Treese held us down with the dailies because I didn't look at one of them.
You ain't look at one?
Not one.
Oh my God.
Not one.
Eli, did you look at any?
You know what? I ain't got a VPN, so
and y'all sent my VPN like 8 times.
And I still ain't got a VPN. I'm taking y'all to the cops. You just snitched on yourself. Congrats.
Oh no. Ooh. The son of a cop sending us to the cops. Okay.
This is my 3rd lap, y'all. I should know better. Hey, I'm murdered.
Not you, the op.
Right.
I say the ups.
But truly, shout out to Treese for holding us down with the dailies. Eli, thank you so much for, holding us down with, being there with the episodes and joining Treese and I so we didn't have to J rocket to the end the whole time. And a huge special shout out to our guests that we had on here, Dr. Joshua
Yes.
Nash, our sister business B Betty. And then, of course, we did want to have Summer. We were almost there, but life got in the way. But Summer, we love you, girl. We got you next time. Amal also wanted to come on from this season, so we're gonna try to. We got people that want to be on
We're
here.
gonna talk to
y'all.
Amal next season. Yes, because I know she watched BBUS. So
right, and so we have plenty of guests in store for you all, and so hopefully we get to talk to Queen Koozie and even Ty. To kind of wrap up this season. But for now, that's all from Who All Gonna Be There podcast with our coverage of BBCAN11. As always, please remember to give us a 5-star rating. Follow us on social media at Who All There on Twitter.
5-star.
5 stars, okay? Turn on your post notifications and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Who All Gonna Be There podcast. And look out for us because we still have a few more episodes of Survivor 44 to cover. And we're gonna be here to cover that for you all so you don't have to. Without further ado, we out.
Have a good night.
That's the season.